Hello, it's Andy Graham of hoboontheroad.com. I'm in Dapaong, Togo, West Africa. It's just, I'm really about 25 miles from Ghana and 25 miles from Burkina Faso. So I'm way up in the north of Togo. It's West Africa. And I'm going to answer the question, why am I in Dapaong? Okay, I realized maybe I'll try to do this on every Wednesday. What am I doing in Dapaong? And I stay longer than 1 week often in a place, but what am I doing? I'm having trouble because it really drives me crazy when my mother doesn't know where I'm at, because I no longer have what they call a travel log. A travel log is a daily, what am I doing today, where am I doing, I'm traveling. And it's really difficult to do because everybody on the blogosphere is really writing articles, and they're not doing a daily log of their events. So basically, if you do a daily log, they consider you like stupid, and the readers get angry. But I'm going to basically jump protocol and try to do it in a video. I don't know, what do you call this, a video log? Video blog, a podcast, you got all these names. Basically, I turn on the camera and I talk. Why am I in Dapaong? Okay, many reasons. Basically, I get a rush from a new city. I'm addicted to the rush. The rush is why I travel. I like the new confrontations, the new location, the new environment, the new adaptations, all these things that I have to do to use my brain, and the unlimited curiosity. What I don't enjoy is all that in my hotel room. I like to have the hotel room relatively the same everywhere. So I have all these ways to adapt the hotel to give me a less than efficient hotel up to a level that is thing. I have a way to make hot water. I have a way to purify water. I have a way to give myself lighting. I have a light. I have all these ways to take a room that's a -1 star room and make it into a 5-star room for me. I adapt it. But what am I doing in Dapaong? The only reason why I know about Dapaong is because two of my friends, and I better be careful. I'll call my one friend Mark's girlfriends. These guys all want to be anonymous. They really drive me crazy because they don't really want to admit who they are. Hope you don't see it. But his girlfriend, and now his Togolese wife, was from Dapaong, and she's an attractive woman who lives in Lomé, and so I kind of hear this story about Dapaong, but I never really hear the true story. But there's kind of this illusion, and, we're a bunch of guys, right? So we talk about where the girls are, and there's this illusion, I think, a delusion, fantasy, that somehow in Dapaong there's beautiful girls. I've been here for 4 or 5 days, and yeah, there's, it's a wonderful little village but it's not girl heaven, okay? Girl heaven has some awe-inspiring. I got one girl, Jacqueline, at the market that's definitely a drop-dead beautiful girl. But in Kara, there's much more beautiful girls. My breakfast is arriving. This is deux œufs avec piment, sans tomate, sans oignon, s'il vous plaît. This is café noir. Ah, merci, c'est bon. Pas nécessaire le sucre, s'il vous plaît. Merci. C'est beaucoup noir, c'est beaucoup café, un peu café. Of course. Okay, they're bringing my breakfast. Oh, la pan. Okay, I'm eating my breakfast at the Maliaka. I can't believe it. I was just thinking to myself, why don't they got a pile of trash behind the building, and why don't they clean it? Well, they actually put up a wall since the last time I was here, but it will stop me from looking at the girl walking around with her bra on, right? Because the last time I was here, there was a girl walking around with a bra that was, quite nice. But why did I come to Dapaong? I came to Dapaong. I do these things real. I don't edit them, right? And the reason is I want you to realize I don't play games with your life. Okay? I show you the real story so that you don't accidentally come to a place thinking I gave you, you know, a pig in a poke. I told you the wrong thing. Okay, I want you to see real life the way it is. Okay, why did I come to Dapaong? Well, Mark, aka something else, and even this guy, other guy, both came to Dapaong, and they seem to have this idea that there's beautiful girls here, which is easy to have if you stayed in the right hotel and you had the, I mean, Mark married a girl from here, so yeah, he thinks the girls are better looking from here, which is natural. Do you think that where your wife came from is petite, no? Je suis américain. Oui, c'est bon. Merci. Okay, so what am I doing in Dapaong? Really, I burned up all the city in Togo, so I'm running out of cities. I've been to Sinkasi up north of here, which is really a full-on smuggler's town, smuggling stuff in from Burkina Faso. They got these border crossings, and they're fun because they're really open, and they kind of bring things in legally and they bring things in illegally. And Dapaong is also an extremely big market town. I mean, it seems like the whole market here just never ends. And they have a lot better market stuff than Kara. So if you really want to go to markets and you really want to get to some diversity in Africa, you have to go to, like, Togarari, Ghana is on the border of Cote d'Ivoire, and it's really a full-on market town. It's kind of the same comparable city as Dapaong. So this is, you get close to the border and they bring it across the border, they park it, and they start, people come here and they buy stuff and then they go back to wherever they're going. But Dapaong's a great place to buy a few things. I mean, like, I want to buy some more shirts. I can buy these shirts that are from Europe for $2, and then I cut the sleeves off and I fix them, and I have a $50 shirt for $2, right? They're used shirts, guys. But very famous brands. They're probably an $80 shirt in Europe, right? But what am I doing in Dapaong? I'm really here to get my rush. It's a new place, and I'm here to see if there's actually girls, and I think they all moved to Lomé. This is a problem in the really tougher places to live. This is a pretty, it's a Muslim area, and it's probably 80% Muslim, and it's pretty family-like in the sense that everybody seems to know everybody, and when everybody knows everybody, people end up leaving so they can go get wild in Lomé, right? So Lomé's the wild city. You see that I'm not living there, right? Because I really like the family thing. Okay, and I'm also buying my Dapaong, my Aponge. I'm buying a whole bunch of these things that I sell on my website, and they're really difficult to buy because nobody has 100 of them or 200 of them and stuff like that, and I really need to find a supplier different. But I'm looking for somebody in Togo that could ship them to me, and I'm also always trying to find the honest person that could send them to me, and I could send them money and they ship them to the United States for me. But I really believe in this product, so I want to sell it. So I'm having fun. I found a source here, and I think I'm going to be able to get like 150 of them, and all the same size. And you know, Americans are really anal. I mean, if it's just a little bit different, they want to get their money back, right? So I really got to say, this is rough cut African. It's standard stuff. It's what they use, and I love it. But the Aponge, or the Jampi as I call it, I realize that it's a Kusa, the Jampi, Aponge. Aponge is probably the correct name in French, okay? But the Jampi sounded better, so I don't know why I keyed in on that word. It's a scrub net. You use it to shower with, and you use it to wash, and I'm cleaning up my sore on my leg. So what am I doing in Dapaong? I'm getting to know the neighborhood, and this is what I do in every place I go to. I get to know the people. So now I have friends that are at the market that I'm buying the punch from. I have friends from the La Residence Hotel, which is Maria and her boyfriend. They seem to be remodeling. The best location hotel is a hotel that I was in, La Residence. But it's really kind of a chambre de passage. It's really a bunch of guys, you know, holding their dicks, and Africans have this problem. They stand there holding themselves while they talk. This is a chambre de passage. It's where they bring their girlfriends and they drink beer, and then they take the girl into the room. I think they're transforming it back into a hotel. They're painting all the thing, and I wanted to do a video of it, but because it looks like it could turn into a really good backpacker hotel. Now, these guys all remodel their hotels so they can double the prices. But anyway you do it, that's the hotel that you could come to, stay, and walk real easy. My hotel, the La Morel, where I'm at, is probably a better living hotel. It's got better parking, it's quieter. It's definitely quieter. I mean, it's a very, very quiet hotel, which at the end of the day we want to sleep, and this music and all this crazy stuff outside your room is the campement is probably noisy, right? Because it's got this big area where people are outside your window doing stuff. But this, they don't have any of that stuff. They just, basically, it's a place to sleep. So I think the La Morel at $5,000, $10 a night is the best place for sleeping. The bad part is such a walk to the city that I have to walk for 25 minutes to get to the center of the city, or take a motorcycle taxi, which is dangerous. Tough one. Everybody has their own personal creature comforts, and you guys don't realize. I really don't care where you live. If you need a little bit of, if you need to talk with a bunch of foreigners, which is the campement, that's where you need. If you want, you know, kind of the in-your-face African culture, chambre de passage, love hotel, you know, the La Residence. I haven't really found any other hotels that are really worth anything. The Grand Hotel's a pigsty. I really like Maria at La Residence. I mean, she is top-notch. She reads books. But what am I doing? I'm understanding the city, so I'm adjusting to the city, and I'm wanting to know if it's going to be my new Cara. It's not going to be my new Cara. Cara is beat up. The center of the city's finished. I have no city. I think if I come back to Africa, I might go to Bogotanga. But there's a part of me that really wants to get in a city that is within... I'm starting to realize that I need... If I'm going to rent an apartment or stay longer than a month in any place, I want it to be close to the airport. I don't want to establish a base that's so far away. Cara is too far. I really like Netitingu, but it's, again, too far. But what I should do is get a base that's closer to it. Like Palami would be perfect, except it's full of Rastamen in Togo. But I think at the bottom line, I probably ought to go to Guinea or Cameroon and try another place. I really don't need an apartment. I just have this thing in the back of my head that wants this. Okay, so I'm eating breakfast here at the Maliaka, and so I'm buying a punch. I'm getting the rush of being here. I'm exploring a new city, and they talk Momba here. What's really excellent about Africa, all you have to do is go 100 miles or 50 miles, and you got a whole new culture, whole new language. They talk Momba here. So it's not like I have to, you know, in Indiana, you have to go to Ohio to get a different culture. Then you go to New York, and then you Pennsylvania. Here, we don't have to change countries. We really just have to go another 100 miles, and you got a whole new country. It's a new language, a new culture, a new way of looking at things. And it's not extremely tribal in the sense that they don't have specific clothing or stuff. It's religions dominate. Okay, so this one's religions take over cultures. Okay, they take over. So the Islamic religion takes over the local culture, and everybody walks around with their, you know. This is the signal for Islam. This is the signal for for Catholic or whatever. So this is a universal signal for, hey, that means you're Muslim. Are you Muslim? Body language. Okay, so this is been taken over by it, and I really need to go outside of the village to get to the tribal stuff. The tribal where they maybe have some stuff that's still tribal. But it's disappearing quick, guys. With the cell phone, everybody wants to get rid of their scarritries, the little cuts in their face. They're getting rid of their tattoos, and they're getting rid of all the definable things that makes them an ethnic group, whatever. But you need to come to Africa quick, because I think in another 5-10 years it'll be just hard to find. The globalization of clothing and music and stuff is coming fast. So why did I come here? I think I came here to see if it was a new Kara, a new place where I could hang out, where there was enough friendship and love and people to do it. It's not. Kara's a university city, but Kara's dead for 2 years until they get their center, their city, back in shape, because there is no center. They just bulldozed it down and really destroyed the city. So I can't come to Kara again. But I'll probably go to Cameroon or Gabon or what are these, or DRC. It's according to money. And then I want to go to Syria. But next on my trip is actually, we have a trip planned right now. After I leave here, I'm going to go to Kara, stay 2 days, then I'm going to go to Lomé and stay till April 15th, and then I go to America. And after I stay in America for about a month and a half, I want to go to Europe with Phil, and we're going to drive a car across Europe. Maybe we can get this Tata car for $2,500, which would be an excellent thing. I want to show that you can drive across the world with a little car. These guys get these big macho four-wheel drive cars, and it's just hilarious because they don't need them. And it destroys tourism, because what they make everybody believe is that you have to have this macho thing to drive across the planet. The planet! You can drive across in a bicycle, you can drive it across in a motorcycle, you can drive it across in a small little air-conditioned car that gets 45 miles to the gallon. And Phil and me are going to drive through Europe in June. That's the tentative plan. You understand, my plans change. Get all the way to Turkey, and then he's going to make up his mind whether we keep on going, if we go south to South Africa, or we keep trying to go to India by land, which we got to go across the Caspian Sea, blah, blah, blah. Okay, Andy Graham trying to explain to you what I'm doing in Dapaong, and I'll leave in a few days after I... What's really crazy, and I don't really want to leave here, is the internet here, as far away as I can from Lomé, the capital, is kick-ass fast. That means I can sit and have a video conference call with, I'm going to have a video conference call with Alan, my editor, and we're going to explain this new thing we're doing about travel books. And if I go to Lomé, the internet goes down to a point where I can't even talk to somebody on Skype. They've oversold Lomé, and there's no bandwidth left. It's a big tube, right? And they've overpacked this tube, which is all the cell phone stuff. It's all the telephone lines. Their tube is packed. The tube is not packed here, and I basically have high-speed internet. I can actually watch a movie on so you got to really, the world's changing upside down. You got to really look at where it's oversold and where it's not oversold, and you really got to test the internet. You can't just say I'm in the big city and the internet's good. Americans think internet's always good anywhere they're at, but you know, there's a lot of blank spots in America if you look at one of these Frontier or Verizon maps. And just because you have a high-speed internet in your hotel, I mean, a lot of these guys are so addicted to the high speed that they can't even move, right? Okay, but I have high-speed internet here. It went down for a couple days because of the construction guys, but now I got really high speed. I sit and talk to Andrew this morning. I sit and talk to my mom. I'm going to make all these phone calls before I leave, because when I get to Lomé, it's so slow you can't even talk. It's really sad. So maybe I should delay the trip to Lomé. I'll delay it till the 5th, because my friend's there, and on the 5th I'll have 7 days with him, and we can bullshit around. I like to sit around and talk with foreigners, because at the end of the day, the education level here really beats you up. You're sitting there going, I actually speak better French than people here in Dapaong, and that's pretty sad. Tonight, let's flip a coin.